Hello friends, today we are starting next article from this chapter, that is cross product of two vectors. Now here we are considering two vector a bar and b bar. A bar and b bar are non-zero vector. Non-zero vector means their magnitudes are not equals to 0 and these two vectors are non-collinear. If the vectors are non-zero and non-collinear, then cross product is denoted by this notation a bar cross b bar, and it is defined as a bar cross b bar is equal to magnitude of a bar into magnitude of b bar into sine theta into what? N cap. Here four terms are there in this multiplication, where magnitude of a bar means length of that vector, and length of that vector simply we are able to denote it by a. Here we have not taken bar, means we are not considering direction, we are just considering its magnitude. In the same way, magnitude of b bar is denoted by b, sine theta keep it as it is, and n cap. N cap, here n cap is nothing but a unit vector perpendicular to plane of a bar and b bar. If a bar and b bar lie in some plane, plane means what? A flat surface, and if two vectors lie in the same plane, then this n cap is a unit vector perpendicular to the plane of this a bar and b bar. This unit vector is perpendicular to this plane. So here n cap is nothing but a vector perpendicular to this plane, plane of a bar and b bar. And here this theta, theta is nothing but angle between these two vector a bar and b bar. Now what is a? Magnitude of first vector. Magnitude of first vector means it is a number, and b is also what? Magnitude of the second vector. So magnitude means length, it is also a number. Value of sine theta is also a number, and multiplication of this first, second and third number is a number. And if we are multiplying to this number by n cap, we will get a new vector along which along what? N cap. So means we are getting a vector, means cross product of two vector is nothing but which quantity? Vector quantity. That's why this cross product is also called as what? Vector product, because cross product of two vector quantity is a vector quantity. And in case of dot product, what we have seen? Dot product of two vector is a scalar, means it is a scalar quantity. So here, since a bar cross b bar is a vector quantity, means it has two things, one is magnitude and another one is what? Direction. So here we are getting some important result from this definition, that a bar cross b bar is a vector, means cross product of two vector is a vector quantity. Now since it is a vector quantity, it has magnitude. So now we are discussing magnitude of a bar cross b bar. So just now we have seen its definition. So what is n cap? It is a unit vector. Unit vectors means its magnitude is 1. We are just discussing about magnitude. So its magnitude is 1. 1 into ab sine theta will be equal to what? AB sine theta, means magnitude of a bar into magnitude of b bar into sine theta. So this will be the magnitude of which vector? Of a bar cross b bar. And from this result we are able to find out value of sine theta. These two terms are multiplied on this side it will get divided. So what value of sine theta we are getting here? Magnitude of a bar cross b bar upon magnitude of a bar into magnitude of b bar. Sometimes two vectors are given to us and question is asked to find out angle between them. To find out angle between two vectors, already we have seen one formula in dot product, that cos theta is equal to a bar dot b bar upon magnitude of a bar into magnitude of b bar. That formula is applicable to find out cosine angle between two vector, and here this formula is applicable to find out sine angle between two vector. If question is asked to find out sine angle, means sine theta, sine angle between two vector, at that time this formula is applicable. Magnitude of a bar cross b bar upon magnitude of a bar into magnitude of b bar. But only the question is asked to find out value of angle between two vector, then priority should be given to first formula, that is cos theta is equal to a bar dot b bar upon magnitude of a bar into magnitude of b bar. Just now we have seen that this cross product is a vector quantity. Here we have seen what will be its magnitude. Now we will discuss direction of this a bar cross b bar. Now if you observe the definition of this a bar cross b bar, here multiplication of three number is there. A is also one number, b is also one number, sine theta is also one number, and multiplication of these three number is a new number. Let us suppose that that new number is equals to say 10, and keep this n cap as it is. Means here we are supposing that multiplication of these three number is equal to what? 10. Now 10 n cap is what? New vector. That new vector is in the direction of what? N cap. Means in short, a bar cross b bar is in the direction of what? N cap. And n cap is nothing but unit vector perpendicular to the plane of a bar and b bar, means a bar cross b bar is also in the same direction. It is also in the same direction, means a bar cross b bar is also perpendicular to plane of a bar and b bar. So here we have got that result. A bar cross b bar is perpendicular to plane of a bar and b bar, means this vector is perpendicular to this plane. Hope you have got that. Plane means what? Flat surface, and this a bar cross b bar is perpendicular to this plane. And if it is perpendicular to this plane, it is perpendicular to all the vector lying this plane. And two vector in this plane are what? A bar and b bar. Means a bar cross b bar is a new vector perpendicular to this plane, means it is perpendicular to both a bar and b bar. Sometimes question may be asked that two vectors are given to us and question is asked to find out a vector perpendicular to given two vector. At that time, simply find out their cross product. That this new vector is perpendicular to plane of a bar and b bar, means it is perpendicular to a bar also, and it is perpendicular to b bar also, and it is perpendicular to all the vector lying that plane. Well, hope the direction of a bar cross b bar is clear to you. It is a new vector perpendicular to this a bar cross b bar is a new vector which is perpendicular to a bar also and b bar also. Now, sometimes question may be asked to find out a unit vector perpendicular to a bar and b bar. So, at that time, to find out unit vector, already the vector perpendicular to a bar and a bar cross b bar is known to us. This is a vector perpendicular, a bar cross b bar is a vector perpendicular to a bar and b bar. And we are finding unit vector. So, to find out unit vector, we are dividing to this vector a bar cross b bar by its magnitude. If we are dividing to this vector by its magnitude, we will get a new vector, which is what? Unit vector in the same direction, means this unit vector is also perpendicular to what? A bar and b bar. Means to find out a unit vector perpendicular to a bar and b bar, first find out a bar cross b bar, means we will get one vector perpendicular to a bar and b bar. And to find out unit vector, divide to this vector by its magnitude. Now, sometimes question may be asked to find out a vector of magnitude lambda units perpendicular to a bar and b bar. So, since now this is unit vector, so its magnitude is 1, and if we are multiplying to that unit vector by lambda, we will get a new vector perpendicular to a bar and b bar of magnitude what? Lambda unit, because it is unit vector, its magnitude is 1, and 1 into lambda is what? New vector will be of magnitude lambda units. So this is the formula to find out a vector of magnitude lambda unit perpendicular to a bar and b bar. Now, commutative property. Let us discuss whether commutative property satisfies or not. In case of what? Cross product, means a bar cross b bar and b bar cross a bar are equal or not. Now try to understand here. This is a bar and this is b bar. So here first vector is a bar and second vector is what? B bar. So angle made by this second vector with first vector is angle made by this second vector with first vector is in what? Anti-clockwise direction. So at that time, direction of this a bar cross b bar is upward. It is definitely perpendicular to this plane, but it is in upward direction. Or we can say that if this is a bar and this is b bar and theta is angle between them, at that time this thumb represent what? Direction of this a bar cross b bar, isn't it? Now, in case of b bar cross a bar, which is the first vector b bar, which is the second vector a bar. So angle made by this a bar with b bar is angle made by this a bar, angle made by second vector with first vector is in clockwise direction. At that time, this will be the direction of what? B bar cross a bar. Means here in short, a bar cross b bar and b bar cross a bar are perpendicular to plane of a bar and b bar but are in opposite direction. But a bar cross b bar is what? Vector quantity. When we can say that two vector quantities are equal, if their magnitudes are equal, definitely their magnitudes are what? Equal, but directions are opposite. That's why we cannot say that these two vector quantities are equal, because to say that two vectors are equal, their magnitude should be equal and direction should be same. But here magnitudes are equal but directions are what? Opposite. That's why we can say that a bar cross b bar is not equals to b bar cross a bar. Means we can say that commutative property does not satisfied by cross product. Now, if we are replacing inequality by what? Equality, then here we have to give minus sign. Minus sign simply shows that direction of these two vector quantities are what? Opposite. So these are their magnitudes are equal but directions are opposite, and we know that if directions are opposite, it will be simply denoted by negative sign. Now we are discussing again one very important condition which is satisfying by two vectors are parallel. parallel vectors are also called as what? Collinear vector. So if two vectors are parallel or collinear, at that time angle between them will be equals to 0. Now we are finding cross product of these two vectors. Already we know the definition, magnitude of a bar into magnitude of b bar into sine theta, but theta is here what? 0. And sine 0 is equal to 0, and 0 into any term will be equals to 0. Means what result we have got? Cross product of two vector will be equal to 0 if two vectors are what? Parallel. Even we know that parallel vectors are also called as what? Collinear. This is again new condition which you have got if two vectors are parallel or collinear. Again let us revise all the condition which we have studied in case of collinear vector. If a bar and b bar are parallel, parallel means what? Collinear. At that time already we know that one vector will be expressed as scalar multiple of another. Means either a bar is scalar multiple of b bar or b bar is scalar multiple of a bar. In case of linear combination, we have proved second condition. This condition we have proved in one theorem, that if ma bar plus nb bar is equal to 0, at that time two vectors are what? Collinear. Or if two vectors are collinear, then this linear combination is 0, or this linear combination is 0, then two vectors are what? Collinear. One condition we have seen in case of dot product, that dot product of two vector is equal to plus or minus product of their magnitude. If this condition is satisfying, at that time also we can say that two vectors are parallel or collinear. And just now we have seen one condition, if cross product of two vectors is 0, at that time also we can say that two vectors are parallel or collinear. And this condition is applicable if two vectors are expressed in Cartesian form, means in terms of I cap, j cap, k cap. At that time, if vectors are collinear, then ratio of coefficient of I bar will be equals to ratio of coefficient of j bar will be equal to ratio of coefficient of k bar. So in this way we will have some 5 conditions which are satisfying if vectors are parallel or what? Collinear. Now we are discussing condition for vectors to be perpendicular. Already one very important condition we have seen in case of dot product, that if dot product of two vectors is 0, at that time we can say that two vectors are what? Perpendicular. Now let us see what result we are getting in case of cross product. If these two vectors are perpendicular, means angle between them is equal to 90 degree. Just now here we have seen one formula, that magnitude of a bar cross b bar is equal to magnitude of a bar into magnitude of b bar into sine theta. We are applying this result, that magnitude of a bar cross b bar is equal to magnitude of a bar into magnitude of b bar into sine theta, but vectors are perpendicular. That's why we can say that theta is equal to what? 90 degrees, and sine 90 is equal to 1 into magnitude of a bar cross b bar. Magnitude of a bar into b bar will be equal to magnitude of a bar into magnitude of b bar. Means this is the condition which is satisfying if two vectors are perpendicular. But generally while solving example, we are using the condition of what? Dot product, that if two vectors are perpendicular, the dot product will be equals to what? 0. Means 99%, in 99% example, priority is given to condition in dot product. Well, again we will see few more important result related with what? Cross product. So now already we have discussed about commutative property. Now let us see about distributive property. So if a bar cross b bar plus c bar is there in one bracket, b bar plus c bar, then according to distributive property, first we are taking cross product of a bar with what? B bar. So here we will get a bar cross b bar, plus keep it as it is, then take the cross product of a bar with what? C bar. Since we are taking the cross product or since we are applying this product from left hand side, that's why it is called as left distributive property. In the same way, if we are taking the product of a bar with the two terms in this bracket from right hand side, at that time it is called as right distributive property. So what we will get here, b bar cross a bar will be the first term, plus keep it as it is, then second term will be c bar cross a bar according to distributive property. Now see the next important result, if a bar and b bar are any two vector and m and n are two scalars. Scalars means what? Real number. At that time either m is multiplied with a bar or m is multiplied with what? B bar. Then in case of this cross product, m is what? Scalar. So take it on one side and then find out the cross product of a bar and what? B bar. In the same way, m a bar cross n b bar is there. M and n are what? Scalar. So first take scalar on one side, m into n, and then take the cross product of a bar and b bar. Now observe the next very important result, that cross product of same vector. We are finding cross product of same vector. In case of dot product, what we have seen, dot product of same vector means a bar dot b bar will be equals to square of its magnitude. Such type of result we have got in dot product. Now we are discussing cross product of same vector using definition. Our definition says that first term is magnitude of first vector. Here we have written magnitude of first vector. Second term should be the magnitude of second vector. Second vector is also what? A bar into sine theta. Theta is angle between a bar and b bar, but we know that a bar makes angle 0 with a bar. So that's why here we have substituted theta is equal to 0, but we know that sine 0 is equal to 0 and 0 into any term will be equals to 0. Means here whole value will become 0. That's why we can say that cross product of same vector will be equals to 0 and dot product of same vector is equal to square of its magnitude. Now cross product of basic vector I cap, j cap, k cap, the unit vector along x, y and z axis are called as what? Basic vectors. So I cap cross I cap, j cap cross j cap and k cap cross k cap will be equals to 0 because just now we have seen that cross product of same vector is equal to 0. Now we are finding cross product of I cap and j cap according to definition. First term will be what? Magnitude of first vector means magnitude of I cap. What is I cap? Unit vector along x axis. So its magnitude is 1. Second term is magnitude of second vector, but second vector is also what? Unit vector, so its magnitude is 1 into sine theta. Theta is angle between these two vectors. We know that I cap is along x axis, j cap is along y axis, and since the axes are mutually perpendicular means these two vectors are also mutually perpendicular. That's why here theta is equal to 90 degree. Now if this is x axis and this is what? Y axis. This is x axis and this is y axis. Then z axis is what? Perpendicular to this x axis and y axis. And unit vector along x axis is what? I cap, and along y axis is what? J cap. And the vector, unit vector perpendicular to I cap and j cap is along what? Z axis. But we already know the unit vector along z axis. Which is the unit vector along z axis? K cap. That's why here instead of n cap we have written k cap, because we know that a unit vector perpendicular to plane of I cap and j cap means plane of xy plane is nothing but what? K cap. It is unit vector along z axis. But sine 90 is 1. 1 into 1 into 1 is 1. 1 into k cap will be equals to k cap. Now simply remember this result using a circle. First write down this I cap, j cap, k cap in anti-clockwise direction. Now just now what we have proved? I cap cross j cap. I cap cross j cap is equal to what? K cap. So is equal to k cap. In the same way, j cap cross k cap is equal to I cap. K cap cross I cap will be equals to what? J cap. All these results we are able to remember using this circle. If the vectors are in anti-clockwise direction, at that time this result is what? Positive. Now if the direction is what? Clockwise, at that time the values will be negative. Just take an example, I cap cross j cap. Now direction is what? Clockwise. If direction is clockwise, I cap cross k cap will be minus j cap. In the same way, k cap cross j cap will be minus I cap, and j cap cross I cap will be equal to minus k cap. If direction is anti-clockwise, the result will be positive. If it is clockwise, then result will be negative, because already we know that I cap cross j cap and j cap cross I cap, these commutative property does not hold in cross product, that a bar cross b bar and b bar cross a bar are unequal. If I cap cross j cap is k, then j cap cross I cap will be definitely what? Minus k, because direction are opposite. Commutative property does not hold in cross product. Well, remember these results are related with cross product of basic vector. Now we are discussing very important result, because in maximum example vectors are given in what? Cartesian form. Cartesian form means in terms of I cap, j cap, k cap. If vectors are given in Cartesian form, at that time to find out their cross product we are using determinant. So let us see how to use this determinant. In the first row, write down the basic vector I cap, j cap, k cap in the first row. In the second row, write down the coefficient from vector a bar. Coefficient of what? I cap, j cap, k cap. So what are the coefficients? A1, B1, C1. These coefficients are also called as what? Components along x, y and z axis. And in the third row, write down the coefficient from second vector b bar. What are the coefficient of I cap, J cap, K cap, A2, B2, C2? Simplifying this determinant, whatever may be the result we are getting, will be in terms of I cap, J cap, K cap, and will be the value of what? Cross product. And already we know that A bar and B bar are two given vector. At that time, this cross product is nothing but what? New vector, perpendicular to this A bar also and B bar also, or we can say that it is perpendicular to plane of A bar and B bar. And hope this method is clear to you. If two vectors are given to us, using determinant, we are able to find out their cross product. Even we are able to prove this result, why we are able to use determinant, but now we are avoiding that part. So now geometric meaning of vector product. Vector product means what? Cross product. Alternate word for vector product is what? Cross product. Now if A bar and B bar, see the first geometric application. So if A bar and B bar are two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, here A bar and B bar represent two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Then we are discussing one formula to find out area of parallelogram in terms of what? Vector product, means in terms of cross product. Already we know that area of parallelogram. What is the formula to find out area of parallelogram? Is equal to base into height. So which is equals to, here base means this magnitude of B bar. Can I say that magnitude of B bar is equal to B? Means because if you are not written bar here, means we have considered only length into height. Now height here we have denoted by what? H. So if you observe in this right angle triangle, what is the value of sine theta? Sine theta is equal to opposite upon hypotenuse, means h upon hypotenuse means what? A bar, but we want only its length. Length of this will be denoted by A, because if you are not writing bar, means we have considered only magnitude length, which implies that h will be equals to A sine theta. A sine theta. Now if we are replacing this h by its value A sine theta, what result we are getting? B into A sine theta will be AB sine theta, and we know that AB sine theta is nothing but what? Value of magnitude of A bar cross B bar. I think this will be our second or third result which we have written. So that a magnitude of A bar cross B bar is equal to AB sine theta, means what result we have got? Area of parallelogram is equal to magnitude of what? A bar cross B bar. Remember, this will be the important formula which is applicable to find out area of a parallelogram if its adjacent sides are represented by two vector A bar and B bar. If A bar and B bar represent adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then area of parallelogram will be equal to magnitude of A bar cross B bar. Now we are discussing one formula to find out area of a triangle if its sides are represented by what? A bar and B bar. Now for simplicity, just try to understand here. So let us suppose that this will be say diagonal of this parallelogram. We know that opposite sides of parallelogram are what? Equal also and parallel also. So that's why this vector is denoted by A bar, because these vectors are equal vector. Equal vector, why equal vector? Because their magnitudes are equal, lengths are equal, because opposite sides of parallelogram are of equal length, and their directions are also same. So that's why we can say that these two vector quantities are equal. Even we can say that these two vector quantities are also equal, means this vector will be denoted by what? B bar. If you observe this triangle, here two sides are represented by which two vector? A bar and B bar. If A bar and B bar represent two sides of a triangle, then we are discussing a formula to find out area of this triangle. Already we have seen area of parallelogram is equal to what? Magnitude of A bar cos B bar. In our earlier classes, we have seen that diagonal of a parallelogram divide the parallelogram in two triangles of equal area. Their areas are what? Equal. So means what is the area of this whole parallelogram? Is magnitude of A bar cross B bar, but area of this triangle is half the area of this parallelogram. Area of parallelogram is already known to us, so it's half. Half means what? Half magnitude of A bar cross B bar will be the area of what? This triangle, area of this triangle. Is it clear? So that's why we can say that area of a triangle will be equals to half magnitude of A bar cross B bar. Means if A bar and B bar represent adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then area of parallelogram is equal to magnitude of A bar cross B bar. And if A bar and B bar represent two sides of a triangle, then area of triangle is equal to half magnitude of A bar cross B bar. All these are nothing but results related with vectors. And now in the next video, we are starting exercise. Next exercise means I think exercise number 5.3. Well, today we'll stop here.